The morning's here.
It is a Tuesday morning here in Northern California, whatever day it is where you are. Good morning and welcome to the Disney Morning Show, where my name is Doobie Mosley. I co-founded Laughing Place. That's Kyle Burbank. He does all the hard work now. And let's get started the way we always do. Yesterday, the Disney stock was at $120.22. Today, the Disney stock is $119.15. Not much to say on that. Let's move on.
I'll do this. Gotta find the right button. It's very hard. Okay. You're gonna watch me check the weather. Anaheim today, pretty cool actually. Only a high of 77 that will feel like 77. And so that's my pick of the day. Let's check out it's apparently raining in Florida. Let's check out how badly it's raining and how long that will last. That's Lakeland. That's not Lake Buena Vista. We were going to have Jeremiah in the parks, and apparently it's rather than sending him out there just to get stuck in the rain, we told him to. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be raining for at least the good portion of the day heading into the evening. The high there, 82 degrees. Going to feel like 89, though, because, that Floridian humidity. But yeah, thunderstorms now. It'll taper off a bit, but turn into showers. But still storm chances through the evening. Not a fun park day. We better slow down because we have to check the thing at 10 o'clock. So, anyway, yesterday, as you probably saw, members of the media, including our own Benjamin Breitbart and Alexander Reif, got to see Walt Disney: A Magical Life, the new animatronic show coming to the Opera House at Disneyland. So this was an interesting embargo, pulling back the curtain a bit. Yesterday, they got to watch the show, and then there was a panel discussion, and then they got to watch it again, and that time they could film. They could release 30 seconds yesterday, which is probably why you kept seeing different clips of 30 seconds from different outlets, because you got to choose the 30 seconds. And then today we got to see the full video. So now you can watch that over on our YouTube. And in addition to the show itself, there's also a new gallery exhibit in the Opera House, kind of just looking at Disneyland history, including animatronic history. So we have two separate articles, one detailing several photos of the exhibit over on our site, and then you can check out the show itself. Doobie, your thoughts?
So I've watched this video, which came in at under 2 minutes. So
it sure did.
The three of you that got that right in the first Sorcerer Street question. My first thought when I first saw this video, I'm like, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And then I don't know what happened, but I'm wrong. I mean, it's not perfect by a long shot. His face looks funny, and he has no neck, but at least from the neck down, this is actually pretty spectacular. They did a pretty good job here. I don't know why the face doesn't look better. I'm guessing there's reasons. I just don't know about this. And this is not meant to be seen even this close up. We're zoomed in here. This is an animatronic. It's meant to be seen from a distance. And from at least people
that awesome cut we just did.
Yeah. And from people I've talked to, it does look better from a distance. So, it's a better theater experience than a video experience. So I'm going to give them a good job on this one, despite my initial thoughts. I actually think they did pretty well. And especially the pictures, they're like tight on his face, comparing it to like real Walt. I mean, it's just not fair. It's not fair. How about you?
I largely agree with that. There was a couple moments where I like a certain mannerism. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've seen that before, a little gesture or whatever. I'm like, okay, yeah. I've totally seen that. And I also think it's interesting because the talk that he gives is a little bit less formal than you'd see on like the Disneyland show. So it's a little different in that way. But yeah, I think you could compare it to other people it looks like, but I don't think anyone's going to look at that and be like, that's not Walt Disney. I think most people would be able to figure out that is Walt. So yeah. I think the complaints are a little overblown. I can understand them. But also, if it was like perfectly movable, then that'd probably be a little too uncanny valley. So it's still an animatronic at the end of the day.
I understand if you didn't think this was a good idea, and part of it was because you just can't capture Walt, someone who we've seen, hundreds of hours on with our own eyes. That's fair, because you can't. No one that you've seen actually move a lot, unlike Abraham Lincoln. You're not going to be able to capture him well. If you were against this because of that, that's fine. But if you thought this was okay, as long as they pull it off, I think they pulled it off about as well as we could be expected. So
And
I'm
if
okay
nothing
with
else, there's a whole film about him. So like, there's even if you just had that, there's like they're just plussing a previous attraction.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Disneyland. Yeah, and I think they did a good job. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. You have a right not to like it. And I haven't seen it in person. I may see it in person and go, whoops, I was wrong. But at least from what I've seen on video, it is about as good as I think they probably could have done. Like I said, the things that I do think are bad, I'm really not sure they could have done it better, because it's always bad. And there's probably a reason it's always bad. There's probably a reason Donald Trump looks so bad and all the Hall of Presidents look a little weird if you zoom in right on their face. This is just the way it has to be.
Yeah, I imagine it has some. There's probably different circuits they can only make so small, so you can't like sculpt their face too much because you probably needs for express. Just a total guess. I have no idea. And
especially, it's not like Millard Fillmore, who basically just stands there. This face has to be able to talk, and so. Question. This is clips from actual Walt, right?
My understanding is that it is. I'm pretty sure that they were clear about that. I would imagine that it's cleaned up because it probably comes from multiple sources, so they need to be able to like.
That's fair.
So kind of like they did with the Beatles, where they had the able to take out the background noise and clean up the main audio. That's my guess, is that they kind of just had to streamline the audio since it's from multiple sources, but it's still actual. I'm pretty sure we can look back at Benji's piece that he did when he previewed this at Imagineering, and I think he mentions that it's.
I think so too. And once we're 100% on that, we should probably have that in the article if it's not already, because I've seen numerous people saying it doesn't sound like Walt, and these are people who thinking they use the sound alike, and if it doesn't sound like him to you, that's fine. It's your ears. But I think it is important to note that whether it sounds like him or not, and for various reasons, like Kyle just said, it is actually Walt Disney's voice used throughout. All right. That wasn't the only thing that they got to see yesterday, though, right, Kyle?
Yeah. So, that was basically the exhibit.
Well,
we can look at the
more
exhibit.
Than just Walt itself. Yeah, the exhibit itself. So,
yeah. So, lots of photos that you can see. Well, this is starting on the outside where we got the new attraction poster that they debuted a couple days ago. So yeah, just lots of Disneyland history and kind of Walt in his different roles, like he talks about in the show, kind of having roles at the studios and at the Imagineering. So just lots of old archive stuff. And this is the stuff that you want to spend some time in there and look at everything. It's just a nice classic exhibit in my mind of what I think of when I walk into the opera house. This is kind of like what I want. It's just these like archive selections and things like that.
A mini family museum, including animatronics that actually animatron, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, as Benji kind of points out, a lot of times when you have these archives exhibits, they'll have an old animatronic on display, but it's not moving. So this time they actually have them working, which is nice.
Something really cool. Seeing that, I would love to just go see the Tiki Room stuff up close. Not that you can't see it up close in the Tiki Room, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that is Walt. As we said, the full video is now on our website of the whole experience and all those pictures. It opens to the public on July 17th with the virtual queue. So if you want to go see it on July 17th, don't forget the virtual queue. And I think we're going to try to have a Sorcerer Street question related to that. I'm a little scared of doing that, but we can always. We do have the ability to say this question has to be disqualified and ignore it. So this might be the time to go with that. And we end up using it.
Fine print, people.
All right, we covered that. My Chrome keeps running out of memory, so I'm having to reload pages. But let's get on to more July 17th stuff. So you may think it's only July 15th, but you can already buy the I Was There July 17th, 2025 at least some of the merchandise at Disney. These pictures were taken yesterday. This was on the shelf, ready for purchase. Sure hope they have some held back for the actual day. But do you like this at all, Kyle, this design?
Yeah. It's pretty basic. Not a huge fan. I don't think they'll sell out. ahead of time. I think maybe that was the strategy: make them not pretty, and then people won't buy them.
See, the problem, Gio, the problem we have is it's very hard to do a question that's not answerable the next day. We really have to then let the question last for a while, and we really like to do this daily. So we may have to do one that expires, that locks on the 17th, saying, will there be a virtual queue by the end of tomorrow? That's why it's kind of hard to do, because we need to have a question that can be answered right up until midnight and then be answered the very next day. That is our ideal every time. Okay. Man, every page crashed.
Every page crash. Well, San Diego Comic-Con, in addition to all of the fun panels and experiences, they always have exclusive merchandise from various brands. This is from Toink. I actually never know. I've never said this out loud before, but they're the makers of Geeky Tiki, which you might be familiar with, and they're going to have some exclusives at the show, but some of them might be available online afterwards. So we have a Sebastian and some Fab 4 or Fab 5 or however you want to count it, Goofy, Donald, Mickey, Minnie. But my favorite of these are the Coco Pals, which is not to be confused with the movie Coco, but these are, that one's pretty cool too. Coconut shaped drink vessels. So there's a blue one and a goofy one. I mean, not the most practical item, but I like the look of it. I think it's pretty cool.
Practical? Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. I like to drink out of a normal shaped.
Crazy as a coconut. That makes no sense. Okay.
But yeah, so you can check to see if they're online afterwards. But if you're at San Diego Comic-Con, you can go find those. I did not write down the booth number, but you'll find them. Or you could read our article.
Sorry. Speaking of coconuts, Kyle.
Speaking of coconuts, Mark Cuban's left Shark Tank now. He has, but they've announced some guest sharks. Yeah, he's not going to be on next season.
I'm happy about it. I like Shark Tank. I liked when Mark Cuban came on, but now he so dominates the show that I'm happy that they are letting him go aside. Yeah,
well, filling the gap that Mark Cuban's leaving, we got Michael Strahan as a guest shark. Is going to be on. Chip and Joanna Gaines. That's a huge get. IMHO. Allison Ellsworth, who is the founder of Poppy, the quote unquote healthy soda.
Wow. Quote unquote healthy. Kyle,
I'm not going to make any claims. I don't know. Allison Ellsworth. Oh, I just said that. Alexis Ohanian, co-founder of Reddit. Kendra Scott of Kendra Scott. Fawn.
Wait. Which one's the co-founder of
Reddit? Alexis Ohanian.
Is that the one in the lower left?
Don't know.
All right, now I got to find this out. First of all, I didn't know a woman was a co-founder of Reddit.
I mean, Alexis could still be a guy.
Oh no, Alexis is a guy. I'm sorry. He's the one in the second from the left on the bottom.
That's kind of what I was thinking. It sounds like
I read a book on Reddit and
it's okay. Kendra Scott, like I said, Fawn Weaver and Rashad.
Am I there?
You're here.
I'm sorry.
Am I here?
I'm having issues. You're fine. So I know I just mentioned I read a book on Reddit, and the early days of that company did not seem like a company that had a woman co-founder. So that's why.
Okay. I could believe it. And Rashawn Williams. So yeah, they will. Some of these have been on before. Other ones are new this season, but they'll be guest sharks cycling in along your old favorites like Mr. Wonderful and Robert and Damon and Barbara and Lori. I did it
Mr.
without
Wonderful.
notes.
That's pretty impressive. Mr. Wonderful is absolutely the best. He is. You okay?
Can you tell if it's actually raining or there's just some other noise outside?
Oh, I didn't even hear anything. I just see Kyle looking around. I thought maybe you had a prowler or something.
No, I hope it's just the rain, but my app says it's just cloudy. So what?
Well,
okay, no, it's definitely rain. Looking at the radar, I'm way smarter than.
Unlike my hotel room, you have a window. You can find out for sure.
I could, except that I'm doing the show and I don't want to walk over there right now. But did we tell us about Freaky Friday?
Don't we have to talk about what you know?
No, I don't want to. No, I will.
Okay.
ABC News. What you need to know. A new show coming to Disney Plus, kind of expanding the Disney Plus brand like we've seen with Sports Center Plus, things like that. What I think is interesting is when during the pandemic, so there was before it was GMA3, it was like GMA3, Strahan and Sarah. And then during the pandemic, they overhauled it they put on the doctor on there and they called it What You Need to Know. So they're recycling this title for Disney Plus. But this is going to be a short form streaming series hosted by James Longman and Rachel Scott. It'll focus on the big stories of the day, but also have light entertainment, buzz, and viral video segments. And kind of like they've done with SC Plus, which surprised me when I went to go back and watch it, it'll recycle every 24 hours. So you can't watch the backlog. It'll just be the latest episode available. It'll premiere Monday, July 21st at 6 a.m. Eastern time.
And hopefully someone on the West Coast will have to cover that just for fun.
Just for fun.
All right, let us move on to Freakier Friday, which comes to theaters August 28th. And in anticipation, the original 2003 original. The 2003 version will be airing on, I'm guessing ABC, because I'm too stupid to write it down, but will be airing on ABC.
Yes, Wonderful World of Disney.
At 8:33 to 11? Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's got whatever is leading into it. It's got to be very important and go 3 minutes over.
So you can watch the original on August 3rd, and then 25 days later, go watch it in theaters. And then streaming the next day and the day before and every day on Disney Plus.
Great point.
But I still find to say streaming next day.
Yes.
It is true. I ain't interested, especially if it's on Disney Plus. It is on Disney Plus, but if you want to watch it in prime time with commercials, you will watch it on ABC.
There is a certain joy to that. There's movies that you're like, I'm not going to pull out the DVD of this, but I'll watch it on cable with commercials for some reason.
I have watched back when Spike was a channel, various Star Wars film on Spike so many times when all I had to do was, get off my butt and watch it on DVD in better quality. But when it's on, it's on. Okay. Polynesian has some actually really good new merchandise. So these shirts featuring Trader Sam's, which obviously is very popular with the fans. That looks really cool. And a lot of other Trader Sam's logo, bottle opener, makes sense for Trader Sam's. And then they also have stuff featuring, I don't know if he has a name, but he's really cool. This is like the mascot of the Poly Resort. So a lot of merchandise featuring their mascot there, including a little mini-me. And then just some other merchandise that Dole Whip definitely is appropriate for the Polynesian Resort. So I'm kind of really liking this new line of stuff. Coconut, you can go with the pineapple to go with your coconut. This especially. I would never wear it, but if I saw it, I'd go, oh yeah, Poly. So, and I also really like, I don't know if we always do it this way, but the really big captions on this with the price, and it's just very easy to follow. I'm a big fan of that. I saw Maxon did this article. I don't know if that's standard or not. If it's not, I vote it should be. Okay. And finally for me, right? Yeah, finally for me, Kyle has more though. Frontierland, more walls have gone up in Frontierland as its great transformation, multi-year transformation is underway. So Liberty Square Dock now has walls behind, or scrims behind the planters. So they really are hiding what you can see. They do have some cool quotes up there. These are themed to Liberty Square. So there's some patriotism quotes as well as welcome foolish mortals, because that's where Haunted Mansion is. And then as Luke points out in one of the great quotes ever on Laughing Place, he says, water is slowly being drained from the rivers of America and we'll never see it again. That just really hit home when he said that for some reason. So bye-bye, literally, rivers of America. And then over in Frontierland, they have more walls as well. And I do like this theme of adding theme quotes. They have one for each of the attractions that remains there. Thanks for bearing with us to the Bear Inn. The only way to get what you want in this world is through hard work. And this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
My favorite construction wall quote that I ever saw was at Walt Disney World. I don't remember what they were building, but it said, everyone needs deadlines. And it was a Walt Disney quote, but it was just so funny to me. It felt really passive aggressive.
Wow. Why'd they put that up on a
I just found a photo because I was like making sure, like, everybody or everyone. And yeah, everyone needs deadline. Everyone needs deadline, guys. Come on.
Give us a break. Not what you're looking for when you're hanging out at the park.
Yeah,
maybe it's meant for the construction workers.
Yeah, seriously, we'll allow you to be 3 months late. But that's about it. Hong Kong Disneyland. Nope. First run Disney at Walt Disney World.
Kyle's really
trying to jump ahead.
You want to get the show over before 10, right?
I don't.
No danger now.
Yeah, well, there's not much else after that. Wine and Dine half marathon weekend. It's already sold out, unfortunately, but we did get a look at some of the medals, and I think those are always worth looking at. So we have a Mulan and Mushu medal for the 5K, a picnic themed Olaf one for the 10K. I really like this Lady and the Tramp half one where they've spelled out 13.1 in spaghetti and baguettes. And then there's a challenge medal, which is a birthday cake because the 10th anniversary of the Wine and Dine. So it's Sleeping Beauty themed and it's 2-sided. And that you get if you signed up for the challenge, which is the 10K and the half marathon.
I know you are a runner, Kyle. Is it true that you want a carb load before a race?
Go that far.
Like Michael Scott did in that one Office episode?
Oh yeah, they actually did a virtual. My wife worked part-time for a local race company, and they did the Michael Scott, like the celebrity pro-am, Meredith Palmer Memorial, whatever it was, as a virtual race that you could get a t-shirt and stuff like that. Anyway, sorry. Run Disney over in Hong Kong, as I was getting to, they're celebrating Hong Kong Disneyland's 20th anniversary as the theme of their 10K weekend later this year, November 1st and 2nd. So in theory, the weather shouldn't be abysmal and not oppressively hot during that time of year. So you can sign up for that. Magic Access Early Bird. So Magic Access is like their annual pass. Those people will have first crack July 22nd, and that'll be open from the 22nd to the 25th for that registration, and then public registration starts July 29th, and it'll end on September 1st, which is interesting. I don't know if it sells out or not, but yeah, so you can check that out if you're going to be in Hong Kong then, or you want to be in Hong Kong then.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of this production of Our Town, Benji has a review of Walt Disney, A Magical Life. I like that we do actual attraction reviews. So his headline is, Review, Walt Disney, A Magical Life strikes an emotional chord, even if the audio-animatronic isn't perfect. Subhead, my initial impressions of the new attraction is that there's much more good than bad. And his final paragraph or so, all in all, WD, AML, while not without its flaw. What? You're not sick of saying it?
It's just funny.
It's not without its flaw. While not without its flaws, the show is truly an emotional experience as a Disney fan. Although the figure does not look as accurate as many fans would have hoped, I also wish his speech was longer. That's fair. I will say that it does seem to look more convincing in person than in videos. Regardless of how it looks, the impact of seeing Walt and hearing him in his own words talk about his legacy in some audio that may not be as familiar to Disney fans is truly moving. Therefore, all in all, Benji catchphrase apparently, the attraction is a great addition to the park and hopefully for people who are not Disney fans and can become Disney fans in the future.
So there you go. The boss has spoken.
And the rest.
All right, go on, Kyle.
So Hulu Perks is back with a new perk offering. You can enter to win a trip for two to see a taping of Jimmy Kimmel Live. This will include round-trip airfare for two, two-night accommodations in Los Angeles. And it sounds like they'll coordinate with you to choose what date you want. It's not for a specific show. So that's kind of fun. But if you happen to be in Los Angeles anyway, if you're getting yourself out there, I want to remind everyone, you can go to oneiota.com and usually get tickets for Kimmel tapings, both the regular part of the show or the concert series that they have outside. They'll usually ticket those separately. But yeah, you can find those on oneiota.com for free.
And if you are also in the LA area and don't mind a bit of a drive, Pixar's... I'm trying.
No, it's good. I like it. The laugh is not a judgment. It's
Michael Giacchino and Pete Docter, you know them, the big guys, the score guy and the chief creative officer, are doing a presentation down at UC San Diego on Wednesday, July 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Epstein Family Amphitheater in La Jolla. Tickets are $25 to $60, but if you're a student there's some free tickets available. Just go to the place where you go if you're a student and get free tickets, which I don't really need to say, because if you're a student, you know it. If you're not, you don't need to know.
Student and you know. ESPYs are coming up. This will be airing tomorrow. And we've learned some of the presenters and musical acts that will be there. Some of the people that they've said will be presenting include Angela Bassett, Allison Brie, Rob Mack, which is Rob McElhenney. He just changed his name. Busta Rhymes, Billie Jean King, Matt Stafford, and Russell Wilson, and several others. So you can check out them and many more tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 7 Central,
I didn't know Matthew Stafford could sing, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I don't think he's singing. I mean, he might be. That'd be pretty cool. He's been in LA for a few years now. I think you kind of just you kind of think about the showbiz aspect of it when you retire. So
all athletes want to sing. All singers want to be athletes. All right, Mekhi Phifer. I'm going with it on ER, or he's a former star of ER, and he's been cast in the upcoming season of High Potential, which, as regular viewers here know, was my favorite new show last year. Very, very good show. So he's going to have a recurring guest star role. We don't know the exact character details, but we do know his character will become involved with major crimes, hopefully by committing them, because it's always more fun to be the villain than the good guy. But we'll see next season on High Potential. Looking forward to that.
So he is in 8 Mile, and he's immortalized in the Lose Yourself song where he says, "There's no movie, there's no Mekhi Phifer."
Ah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or a fact that you can deem as fun.
Fun.
The fun stuff.
So Fisher Price and Disney Store have some fun items available today. These are Disney versions of some classic toys, including this See and Say, which I think everyone's familiar with. You pull the string, it spins, and then it makes the farm animal noise. But my favorite, Doobie, if you can advance to it, is the cash register that I 100% remember from my grandmother's living room. I don't know if she bought it for us or if like it was something that the kids had beforehand. A little further, there it is. Tell me you haven't seen that cash register before.
Oh, I've seen every one of these things before. I was a kid.
Yeah. What? Breaking news here. So yeah, you can find those on Disney Store. I think that they are very fun. I'm slightly tempted to buy that stupid cash register.
Everything needs IP. Even this weekend, for some reason, we were watching like 90s candies that you forgot or toys that you forgot or something, and Gideon was in the room for it. A lot of that's fun stuff to watch, even if it's 100% AI generated and narrated.
No pocket pick still?
Oh, Rebecca's there. Hey, Rebecca, no pocket pick still.
All right, Doobie, are you ready for your quiz?
I am ready.
On this day in 1961, an actor was born. His Disney credits include Good Morning Vietnam, Black Panther, Rogue One, and Andor.
I'm not looking down because I'm sure Benji is mouthing it. Say the 4 again.
Good Morning Vietnam, Black Panther, Rogue One, and Andor.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker, correct. Yes, good job.
One of my favorite actors, actually.
On this day in 1994, Disney released a movie that I found out is a remake of a 1951 movie.
1994?
1994?
That's all I get.
Maybe I'll tell you this. It's influenced by a real-life baseball team.
Apparently.
A team that you're a big fan of.
Oh, Angel in the Outfield. You didn't know that was a remake?
No.
Yeah, I did. I know I'm breaking up. Angels in the Outfield. Yes. Yeah, it's a remake. Even I know that was a remake.
Yeah. Of course, led Disney to then purchase the Los Angeles Angels from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for a time. 2005, an attraction opened at Disney, California Adventure, and I told you about it yesterday.
You did?
I mentioned that it was the
anniversary. Oh, you did, because it's because I'm thinking I forgot they have that at DCA. I assumed you meant Epcot. That would be the Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yep.
If you asked me if that was at DCA, I would have said no.
It is at DCA, and I guess in coordination with that, they also announced that the Finding Nemo subs would be taking over the area of the other subs. And finally, on this day in 2011, a Disney animated feature was released. I'll give you a hint. It opened against Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
2011?
Yes.
I'm so bad.
Hand-drawn.
Not Princess and the Frog.
And yeah, it's after Princess and the Frog, and it's hand-drawn.
Winnie the Pooh something or other?
Winnie the Pooh. It's no other something or other.
Oh, just Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Not Piglet's Big Adventure?
Nope. Nice work. I think you had
That is my best ever. I'm out. We're never doing it again. We're retiring that segment.
All right, let's get to our brand new segment. It's exactly 10 o'clock. Look at us.
Okay, so yesterday's question, let me scroll down to yesterday's question here. Yesterday's question was, will all 4 zombies, you're not seeing that, are you? No, it was, will all 4 zombie movies be in the Disney Plus Top 10 at 10 a.m. Pacific, Tuesday morning, TV 14? Let's find out. Kyle, what did you pick here?
I need a drum roll thing. I chose yes based on yesterday's thing, and I don't think anything big was coming out today, so that was kind of
Zombies 1, 2, and 3 are 1, 2, and 3. Strangely enough, Zombies 4 is not on the list right there. Let's scroll over. What the?
People really didn't like it that much.
That is bizarre. Yesterday, Zombies 4 was 1, followed by 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And today, it's not in the top 10 at all, which is weird and maybe is some kind of glitch, but it doesn't matter. We go by what this says.
Yeah,
and
even
it's not there.
Top 10 now and not.
So I am going to go mark this now, right, Kyle? You agree that we got to go by what's there, right?
Well, so everybody's getting entered in this this runner-up prize because I am failing this season so far.
So we are saying that closes it, right?
Yeah. It's 10. I think maybe there's a glitch, but it says it at 10 o'clock. Can't fight that.
You can't fight that. Oh, show you. I'm sorry. I did not realize I wasn't showing you. Thank you very much. So let's go back here. I'm going to refresh one more time. Give this one more chance to unglitch. And I know it's not some cache thing, but yesterday was
that's at, but 10 a.m. Pacific would be very arbitrary.
Zombie 2, Zombie 3, Ironheart, Snow White, Brave New World, Sandlot. It's basically the same as yesterday, except yesterday Zombies 4 was number 1, and today instead Descendants is number 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does not have legs apparently.
That is bizarre, but we got to go with what we got to go with. I am going to settle this as a no right now. Click settled. Save changes. Come back here and share this tab instead. And you can see the answer was no.
Well, let's choose today's, and people might be a little confused as to why our Disney.
I think LP has always covered family stuff outside of Disney. We cover other theme parks, and sometimes we even cover other studios movies, and Disney now is so much. But anyway, we are covering Smurfs. We have a review of that going up tomorrow, and I think it makes sense for the streak to cover family movies in their debut. So Rotten Tomatoes is one of the things we like to do on the streak. We're going to be checking in on the Smurfs Rotten Tomato scores. They should be available by this time tomorrow morning. So we'll go at 10 a.m. If for some reason they're not, then we'll just keep checking. And the first time a score pops up, that's what we will go with. Fresh or rotten, Smurfs. That's right. Smurfs, you Smurfs. And Benji, I don't know if Benji, he has a review, right?
He will have a review, yes.
Has he seen it already?
He has.
So
he wrote the review.
Well, he could be seeing it today. I don't know. So he has a.
That's not how you write reviews.
You can't see a movie.
Reviews, not previews.
So he knows if it's a good movie or not. So he may have an advantage for this one, but I just can't. I'm flabbergasted. This is the most bizarre thing in the world. We need to keep checking later in the day. We're not going to change the settle. We're not going to change it, but we need to keep checking to see if this is some weird glitch or Zombies 4 is the biggest flop in the history of DComs.
Yeah.
Or DPLOMs.
Anyway, programming note. No, I don't think we're going to have a morning show tomorrow because Doobie is not available, and I don't think I have the manpower to do it. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll surprise you, but I don't think we're going to. But
you will be coming on just at 10 o'clock to check the Smurfs Rotten Tomatoes and then get right back.
I don't have to do that live on the air, but yeah.
Well, let me check the
Thursday
leaderboard.
should be good. It should be a jam-packed celebratory Disneyland 70th morning show on Thursday.
Wow. Oh yeah, I can't check. Some
He's
people actually
busted or whatever he just said.
I wanted to see who got it right, who got it wrong, but that's not something I'm allowed to do. That's fine. But I can tell there are definitely plenty of people who said no. We have a bunch of people who said no, and those people apparently work at Disney Plus and made sure it wasn't on the list.
It is a free show Tuesday. Today we have Barely Necessities coming up at 4 p.m. We should have Barely Necessities today at 4 p.m. It might get pushed. And then we do have Disney Trivia Live at 7:30. That's locked. Okay.
That is pretty locked. Gideon was a little under the weather yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. But it seems almost certain we will.
Okay. That's why you want to make sure you subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we actually go live instead of just pondering whether we will. But anyway, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.